Streamlabs.
Yeah, Streamlabs.
Congrats on your first stream while we're streaming.
I know.
Oh my goodness. Hey. Now live on our channel, our stream.
Exactly, yeah.
Thanks, YouTube.
Um,
Appreciate that.
I love this music, by the way.
I can't hear it, so I could probably just go into it because it's not gonna record that. But is this up? Yeah, there it is. I can hear me.
Can ya?
I can. It's beautiful. It is. This is chill. This is real chill. I like it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
But I'm gonna mute that now because I don't like hearing myself talk while I'm talking.
I don't like hearing me talk either.
It's very unnerving. My chair squeaks a lot, and I'm not a big fan. Apparently, TubeBuddy just cannot. It cannot load itself during the stream. It's just like throwing a fit.
Good old Cooch Sports Card says this is cute.
Yeah, so are you, Chooch. You're also extremely cute. I don't think I've ever actually seen your face, but I'm sure you're cute.
Oh, do you know Chooch?
It's Grizz.
Oh, is it? Oh, shit. What's up, Grizz? I guess we'll get over to the podcast section then, right?
Yeah.
Hello, Grizzle. How you doing, buddy? Travis, fucking say something.
Something.
Okay, there we go.
Deuces.
I'm sleeveless tonight, by the way.
Nice. I like it. I like the fire on your right arm.
Oh yeah, that's my right arm. My left arm has zombie Bill Murray.
Nice. I have this one on the right, and I have other ones elsewhere.
And then I have
one on my tummy.
I have a graveyard here.
Nice. I'm trying very hard to get my next one. It's gonna be PMA right here.
Yoked? Not yet. I'm getting there. I'm working out almost every day, Grizz. The traps are coming in pretty good, right? My neck is slowly disappearing. I'm getting there. I'm almost back to where I was on a lot of my lifts that I was previous on, and I'm even past some of the older ones as well. Like overhead press, I'm closing in on 2.25 for a set, which is pretty impressive. That's like 2 of you, right, Travis?
I am 150, so no.
All right, close enough.
It is. It's like one of me and one of my oldest.
He means you anyway. Yeah. I am a stout like 275 pounds, and most people don't believe it when I say it.
I'm a solid 150 pounds of muscle and steel.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes. It is all muscle. I assure you. I only have like 10% body fat.
I mean, sure.
I shouldn't. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I have no idea what my BMI is. So, whatever. Hey, how about we do a podcast?
Yeah, that's what we're here for. My nose fucking itch. I don't know why every time we do a podcast, my nose itches. I don't get it. So I'll count us in, and then that'll be for your recording, but this is just gonna be live anyway. Three, two, one. Hey, everybody! It is that time of the month, that time of the week, that time of the year. It is the Sight Scope podcast. This is episode 4 of season 1. Travis, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing tonight?
Not too bad, not too bad. It's been a busy 2 weeks. Lots of video games coming out that I don't have enough time to play
Of course.
at all. But yeah, what are you up to these days?
Well, I've been working a lot, so that's something.
I know, yeah.
I've also been parenting a lot, so that's another thing. My kids just started school this week, so that's a new adventure. My oldest is in 7th, and my middle is in 4th, and my youngest is not in actual school yet. She starts back in daycare next week. So like, finally next week it's like I get the house back to myself.
Freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom isn't free. It costs Travis's insanity.
It's a lot of money. But
don't tell me that. As I'm trying to have kids, don't tell me that.
What average lifetime cost to raise a child to 18 right now? I think it's like $200K between like all the diapers and the baby stuff, and then up until like all the toys and clothes that as they grow up, and
all the fun things, yeah,
phones and junk.
Luckily, I am a man child, so I have a lot of toys and stuff. So if I have boys, we'll be sad.
Well, yeah. My girls have no interest in anything that I do at all.
I mean, I get that. That's your fault for having 3 girls, you know?
Yeah, I apologize.
You should.
Or something, I don't know.
But yeah, we took last week off due to some personal reasons. But we're back.
Yeah.
I've been pumping out that meme content on the TikTok and YouTube shorts that have been doing actually pretty well. But Travis, what are you playing these days?
Well, I am still playing EverQuest.
Oh.
Kind of slowing down. Well, I'm slowing down on that kind of purposely. I don't know, dude. I'm like, I figured out how to actually play the game and enjoy it rather than trying to do the grind, trying to like find a party and find a spot to just like grind out mobs. The quest system is so much better now than it used to be. So quests are actually doable now because it's actually like it's really a quest system versus when I used to play back in basically like Ruins of Kunark, Scars of Velius, and Shadows of Luklin, like the first 3 expansions of the game.
All the fun things, yeah.
Like the quests were like you had to basically hail every single NPC to find a quest. And actually, they would tell you what to do, and then you would go get it, go get the stuff and then return it to them. But there was no quest tracking. There was no pointing you to who actually was doing the quest and stuff.
It's, late 90s, early 2000s MMOs. Nothing was handholdy like it is today. Even early WoW was not very handholdy. Like, it wasn't until they added like all your add-ons that Blizzard just incorporated into the game eventually. Mm-hmm. Like the quest tracker, outlines on the map where to find the mobs that are going to drop your 3 horns that you need, shit like that.
Yeah, I think the biggest change to questing in MMOs came with Wrath of the Lich King.
Pretty much,
yeah. I think that's when it really stepped up and actually made things a little more user friendly.
Oh, absolutely, and it was for the right. I mean, I sit here and complain about you playing EverQuest, but I am absolutely still in love with one of the most grindy MMOs ever out there, and that's Final Fantasy XI.
Lineage 2. Oh.
I never played Lineage 2. I only played 1, and that was pretty grindy.
Yeah, well, Lineage, of course, at that point was still I mean, I guess kind of is now because I think it's Nexon now, but it's a Korean MMO, and those are just notorious for just grind and grind and grind.
Absolutely, 100%.
Besides that, of course, I've been playing Lunar.
Yeah. Game of the Year 1999.
Sure. been kind of stepping up my game a little bit in Final Fantasy 12 Zodiac Age. Just got to the point where I unlocked the second job boards for everybody.
Okay.
So I'm kind of taking everybody out of their jobs and putting everybody into new stuff because I want to cover like everything. So I'm like, hitting all 12 jobs between the 6 party members. Um, and I'm still having a blast with that. I'm actually learning a lot more about the game than when I played it the first time on PS2 ages ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's really good. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I'm learning a lot more because I'm actually paying attention to the game rather than kind of trying to speed through it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
I fell off hard in 12 at original launch. I have it installed on my PlayStation 5, but I haven't touched it yet. But I plan on it because I really should play it. I mean, it's one of the only mainline Final Fantasy games I haven't finished.
Mm.
Besides 5, I think I never finished.
Okay.
Which I have that as a pixel remaster, so I can just hop into that whenever I want.
Nice.
I have pixel remasters both on Steam and Nintendo Switch for some reason, even though I own a Steam Deck.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have a problem.
Well, you have a problem when it comes to
Nintendo.
buying multiple copies of the same game,
Especially if it's on the Switch.
Yeah.
Like, I have every Final Fantasy on the Switch. I actually don't have Final Fantasy 12 on the Switch. I don't have that. But I thought about buying it because I believe there's a physical version of it.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it's worth it.
There's also a physical version of 7, 8, and 9 on the Switch.
Do it.
I thought about it. I mean, then I'd have every single one except for 13 and 15.
Okay.
But yeah.
I think finally, I also I resubbed to Final Fantasy 14.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back on that dual MMO game, and I for those who don't know me, I prefer crafting over adventuring in any game that allows me to. So I have I think I have 420 subscribed days in Final Fantasy 14. I am still
YOLO.
in A Realm Reborn. I have several characters that have at least 2 level 50 trade skills, and my main is 50 plus in all trade skills, and 54 in White Mage, and I'm just about to fight Leviathan. So I'm nowhere close to the end of the level 50 content in A Realm Reborn. But I'm trying. I'm now actually trying to move on because I can't.
There's a lot
without
of
spending
awesome
all of my
fights.
money, I can't get fast. I can't get past it. So
there's a lot of awesome fights in that game. Even Realm Reborn, Stormblood.
But the Yugiri Thancred cutscene where you're fighting the Sahagin is freaking incredible, because Yugiri is just straight up ninja character.
Yeah.
And then Thancred is just he just stuck with being a rogue the whole time, but he's basically a ninja too. And it's just, if you also know me, I'm very heavy on ninja love. So it was good. It was really good.
I started off as a rogue and / ninja in my first character for Final Fantasy 14, and I didn't enjoy it, mainly because of my love for ninja in Final Fantasy 11, and it's not the same thing. But
very different playstyle than ninja in Final Fantasy 11, though, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, in Final Fantasy 11, ninja was not meant to be a tank, but it evolved into one very quick with shadow tanking.
Shadow tank, yep.
And it's the fastest tank in the game. I mean, for XP per hour, if you have a decent ninja. I mained a ninja as a Tarataru for probably 3 to 4 years, and I loved it. But it's not the same. Final Fantasy 14 is not the same game. We're coming up on the 20-year anniversary of Final Fantasy 11 in the United States, which is crazy to think. And I keep hoping Square Enix is going to release a legacy server or something, but I doubt they ever will. Because a couple years ago they were supposed to release a mobile port of Final Fantasy 11, which I don't know how that would work. I believe it was the company that was making it was Nexon or Nexus.
Nexon is the Korean MMO powerhouse. They're the team that has done Maple Story, um, Dungeon Fighter Online, and like all of those ones, like all those super grindy ones from over there.
It
Is
was
called
it was
Nexon.
it was Nexon that was doing it.
Okay.
They were doing a mobile port of it, and it just fucking it. We had screenshots. I had no idea how they were gonna make a Final Fantasy 11 a mobile game, but I was all for it, and then they canceled it last year, which is a shame.
Yeah.
But is that all you're playing, Travis?
Um, I think so. But I did pick up Sea of Stars tonight, so goodbye productivity.
I'm about to tell you about Sea of Stars. I am about to tell you. First off, though, I of course am playing Lunar. I picked up WrestleQuest and Sea of Stars. I had some credit on Nintendo. I had like $40 in credit on in like gold coins on the Switch eShop. So I got Sea of Stars for like -$5, and then I think I paid $20 or $30 for both games, which is a good deal.
Nice.
WrestleQuest isn't bad. I kind of fell off because I've been waiting for Sea of Stars for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I have been pumped for this game since they announced it 2 years ago, and I didn't play the demo because I wanted to go in blind.
Yep.
Sea of Stars is very, very much like Chrono Trigger as far as the combat goes. It's three person turn based. It's a traditional JRPG. The pixel art in this game is fucking phenomenal. If you saw the short or the TikTok that I put out in regards to Sea of Stars, it has Game of the Year potential, but because the amount of high profile games that are coming out this year, I mean, we have Tears of the Kingdom, we have Starfield, we have Baldur's Gate 3, we have Super Mario Wonder, which probably won't be anywhere near contention for Game of the Year, but there's so many good games coming out this year.
I think the only other one that might contend is still Hogwarts, as much as I don't want it to.
Hogwarts, Diablo 4 could contend.
Yeah.
This is just a huge year for gaming, with a lot of high profile games coming out. So it's going to get pushed under the rug, but probably indie game of the year, to be honest. And it's just a phenomenal game. I mean, the soundtrack's spot on, the combat's good, it runs flawlessly on the Switch. And it's, if you have Game Pass or PlayStation Plus, you can go and play it without buying it.
Yep.
It's on Game Pass and PlayStation Plus day one. Buy it or go play it. That's all I can say, because the story's getting really fucking good. I'm about 15 hours in. Okay. It came out Tuesday, so 2 days ago.
I bought it on Steam tonight, but I do have PS Plus. But you know, I figured if it's getting that much love and it's really catering to me, this is the kind of game that I want to support as much as I can. So
yeah.
Let's get them the sale, and I'll play it on PS Plus too. So
and don't get me wrong, like if it's something that's on like Steam or I'm sorry, PlayStation Plus or Xbox, they got a lot of money for those licenses, and I think they get with Xbox. I think they get a more depending on how many people play it.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think it sold 100,000 copies day one, which is kind of fucking huge. Nice. That's huge for an indie game.
Yeah.
That's really, really impressive. But yeah, that's going to be taking up my life, and I'm probably going to play it on either PlayStation or Xbox or even Steam for achievements, because I'm a big achievement whore. And then I picked up an idle game called Idle Slayer.
I played the hell out of Idle Slayer.
It's not bad. I'm like, and it's just something. It has 500 some achievements. Come on.
It does get to the point where it feels like you're hitting a brick wall.
I'm at that point.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It probably wants me to play money. It probably wants me to spend money.
Yeah. I actually am playing CIFI, Cell Incremental Factory Idle.
Gazoon type.
It's all. Thank you. It's all menu based.
Oh, okay.
Which works for me because it's not like it's very low intense on intensity of my battery, but I did feed a couple bucks into it, so.
If a free to play game captures my attention for like more than like a couple hours, I have no problem giving them a couple bucks.
Right. But if they ask you for it the moment you load up the game, no thanks.
Nah, and I believe they gave you like 25 of the currency in Idle Slayer like to start off. and I spent it, and I think I spent like maybe like $5 on the game. So
Yeah, that's not bad.
and I've put, not including time that I've had it open, probably a good like 20 hours of actually me playing it, because you got to jump and there's things you can
Yeah.
actually do. Other
Yep.
than that, that's all I've been really playing. Travis.
Okay.
On to the news.
News.
The news. We have two things to discuss today. Never do that again.
Sorry, sir.
So first, Volition. Volition is almost 30 years old. Some really solid games. Summoner 1 and 2. Summoner was a launch title for the PS2. Probably the best launch title for the PS2. That's not saying
Yeah.
much, but there wasn't a
No,
lot.
it's not.
There wasn't a lot. Another series that really hits close to home because I have very fond memories of just spending hours playing this with my buddy. Split screen is Red Faction. Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
Red
That
Faction 1 and
was
2 were a first-person shooter with fully destructible environments.
GeoMod engine. It was really the first game that had like these these fully destructible environments.
And it was really impressive on the PS2.
Yeah. I played it on PC because this was when I worked. I came out when I worked at GameStop. So I was able to just sign it out, take it home, and play it. And Red Faction actually holds not only just a special place because it is one of my all-time favorite shooters, like of all time, but it's also the first game I ever tried to speedrun.
Oh, I've never really gotten a speedrunning, but that's
Neither did I. But this was the first one that I tried to get it to with.
So, the one thing that really sticks out to me with, especially Red Faction 1, because I think that's the one I played the most of. I was sitting there with me and my buddy Nate. What we would do is every Saturday we would go to the Chinese buffet. We would stop at a video game store locally, pick up something for us to play, and we'd play it all weekend. That was our thing. Like Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. Red Faction was another one. And we were playing like co-op multiplayer. It's you versus bots. It's nothing special. And the one bot's name was Russell. And in the first one, you could get a flamethrower, but what you could do is you could actually grab the canisters and throw the canisters and pretty much like a Molotov. Russell came into the room I was in, threw the Molotov at me, turned around and ran away, and I died. It was hilarious. I died laughing.
You probably deserved it.
Probably. But and then Volition also did
Saints Row.
They did Saints Row, but there was the two third-person Red Faction games, Guerrilla and
I didn't play those ones.
Armageddon.
Sorry. Yeah, that was the newest one.
They weren't bad. They went to a third-person route, but they were good. They also did Saints Row 1, 2, 3, and 4, which one was Xbox 360 exclusive. That was pretty early on in the Xbox life cycle. 2 was on PS3 and Xbox. 3 and 4 were on everything, from the Switch to the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 3, the Xbox 360. And then they did, what was it, Agents of Mayhem?
Yep.
Which fucking flopped.
Yeah.
At this point, I think Agents of Mayhem, were they with Deep Silver or were they with THQ at the time?
I think at that point it was.
I think it was Deep Silver.
I think they started it with THQ and they ended it with Deep Silver or Koch Media.
Yeah, and then inevitably that was all bought out by Embracer. Now,
I hate them. Sorry, go ahead.
They have so much when it comes to the market, it's not even funny. But the big thing is, recently, Agents of Mayhem was a big flop. After that, we had the reboot of Saints Row.
Yep.
And that was another huge flop. A huge flop.
And what pisses me off about that whole situation is, in all likelihood, this was the publisher's fault.
Yeah.
They
wanted the money.
A developer like Volition that knows what they're doing would have canned Agents of Mayhem and the reboot of Saints Row halfway through dev, seeing that this is not good. They would either canned it or started over, but publishers are like, no, you need to see this to the end because we're paying for it.
I think Agents of Mayhem, Volition would have canned Agents of Mayhem, but Saints Row, I don't think they would have canned. I think they would have just scrapped it and started over.
Yeah.
Saints Row it's a household name as far as games go. It's been around for 20 years.
Yep.
Um, it's free on PlayStation Network now. If you have it's the PlayStation Network game of the month for the PlayStation 5. So you
Okay.
base tier PlayStation Network, you can still get Saints Row today. It's good to go.
Cool.
Which I might download and dabble in.
Yeah. Why not?
But speaking of PlayStation Network, they are fucking up. So we all know PlayStation has never really lost the console war. As far as every generation, PlayStation 1 destroyed everybody. PlayStation 2 destroyed everybody ever. PlayStation 3 was a little bit slower, but near the end, they beat out Microsoft by a couple million units.
Yep.
PlayStation 4 destroyed Xbox.
Yeah.
I don't look at Nintendo as, the current generation because they're a little behind. It's true.
They're also they're on a very different track.
They are.
They're doing their own thing and they're succeeding at it, and they don't really have a competitor.
I mean, rumor is that at what was it? Gamescom was just.
Yeah.
Rumor is they showed the successor to the Switch behind closed doors. There's lots of rumors coming out that it's devs have it already, and
nice.
they're actually, and I wouldn't be surprised. And now everybody knows the PlayStation 5 is outselling the Xbox. At one point, it was almost 2-1. I don't know what the rate is now. I see Xboxes in the store constantly. I have yet to see a PlayStation 5 in store. But so PlayStation, they're like, hey, we're gonna raise the cost of PlayStation Plus, all 3 tiers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are they raising it $5? $10? Nay. Base PlayStation Plus is going from $59.99 a year to $80 a year. PlayStation Plus Extra is going from $99.99 to $134.99. That's a $35 increase. And PlayStation Plus Premium, which is the top tier, which is already $120 a month, or I'm sorry, a year, $160 a year.
Yeah.
That is fucking stupid. You are
It is
shooting yourself in the foot. And they probably need to do it. They're probably losing money. But they already came out and said, hey, we're not telling you how many people are signed up for PlayStation Network and what tier they're on. So they're hiding the numbers already.
Funny thing is, though, everybody's flipping their lid over this. How much was Xbox Live?
I think
base Xbox Live.
I think it was around that same part of,
$10 a month.
Yeah.
So a year of Xbox Live, when you were just buying it by a year in chunks, it was $100.
But at the same time, Xbox Live, if you bought it in bigger chunks, you got a discount.
Yeah.
These are these are the yearly pricing.
Right.
You can't.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. The $100 was a yearly price.
I'm pretty sure
it was $10 a month. If you were paying monthly, that was $120 a year.
I thought it was cheap. I thought it was more expensive if you paid monthly than if you bought a year at a time.
Yeah.
So if you bought a year at a time, it was like $60.
Was it? And still $10 a month?
Yeah.
Well, that's still pretty awful, but
it is, and I mean,
I thought it was more than that.
And Xbox Live Ultimate's fucking expensive too. I mean, if you get
honestly,
Ultimate, that's $15 a month.
The last company to like legit do online play right, in my eyes, for the console side, was the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
SegaNet was entirely free of cost.
Yeah, see, good old Grizz. Xbox was $60, PS was $50. If you paid by the year.
Okay.
But Xbox Live, I don't know what the base is. I have Ultimate because it's PC and Xbox. $15 a month. It's expensive. Yeah. But at the same time, they always have deals, and I ended up buying like 2 years of Xbox Live Ultimate for like $10. So that was a good deal. But Xbox is more of a service than a console anymore.
True. That is true. It's I know like their whole push with the 360 in the first place was to make it more of a media center than just a console.
That was more Xbox One. Like Xbox One, they came out of the gate like, hey, you can control your TV right through the Xbox One.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I also have a remote control where I can control my TV through the controller. And then the whole, hey, if you don't have internet, we have the console for you. It's called the 360. Don Matrick really messed up that whole generation for them. Really did.
Yeah,
Uh,
I still think the 360 was their best
Absolutely.
generation for sure.
360 came out of the gate strong.
Yeah.
For almost the whole life cycle of that console generation between the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation, they were winning.
Hmm.
But at the end, PlayStation launched a lot of exclusives that people were buying PlayStation for. I mean, The Last of Us 1 came out the last year of the PlayStation 3, and it sold consoles like you wouldn't believe, which is crazy.
And you have, I mean, of course, you also have the like basically the entire RPG demographic,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
which
yeah.
just Sony just has a stranglehold on because Xbox is not courting those developers like
They,
for those
they are
types
now.
of exclusives.
They are now.
They are now, but it's still nowhere close to as strong as what Sony's doing.
Oh, no. I mean, the big thing is like they have support from Atlas and Sega now. All the Persona games are coming to Xbox. Like the P3 remake is coming.
Hmm.
P3, 4, and 5 are on Xbox Live right now. Like, you can play a lot of good JRPGs on the Xbox now. You really can. Ooh, excuse
What
me.
about Atelier Iris 1?
Probably not.
Then who cares?
I mean, that's not a good
Really?
RPG, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, so PlayStation just anywhere from $30 to $40 a year. They're going to increase your price.
But you know what? The whole thing is people are still going to pay for it because we always, we as gamers, like more of the conscientious gamers are always like, well, vote with your wallet, vote with your wallet. But you know what? People are voting with their wallets, and they're voting to let them keep doing it because they keep doing it.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. And Grizz, exact. You're 100% right. There isn't like a
yeah, I agree.
100% backwards compatibility. I think there's a couple games that don't work, but the fact is, like, actually, I have what was it? The one JRPG I have, it's based off of like old classical music.
The
Eternal Sonata.
Rhapsody. Oh, that one.
Eternal Sonata is not backwards compatible, but that's on the developer side. That's not on that's not on Xbox side. Um, but yeah, whereas PlayStation 5, yeah, I can download a couple PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games. Absolutely. I can't download a PlayStation 3 game to my PlayStation 5. I can't even download it. I have to stream it, which is dumb.
Yeah, I hope they fix that. I mean, flat out, Sony has been behind Microsoft the entire time of online services. Just there's no denying that whatsoever.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, Xbox says doing things right.
Mhm.
The big thing with Xbox, and this might change coming up in the next week because Starfield comes out next week. It's actually out right now if you buy the premium edition. You can start playing it like 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago. But
Yeah.
the big thing is they don't have exclusives, and the exclusives that they have come out with have been flops.
Yeah,
Halo 5 or whatever. Is it 5 that just came out?
I think so. 4,
No, I think
4,
it was
5,
5. 5. Flop.
12.
Total flop. It released unfinished, and it never gained traction.
Who actually did Bungie actually make that one or no? Or
Uh,
they handed it off to somebody else?
Bungie, Sony owns Bungie.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
343
Yeah,
has been
oh,
doing.
that's right. Okay, no, you're right. You're right.
What was
And I
the?
mean, I guess even if Bungie did it, like they couldn't care less about anything besides Destiny anymore anyway.
Yeah, that's
Such a cash cow.
Sony's owned Bungie for a couple of years now.
Okay.
And then what was the other one? Halo Infinite was kind of eh. The only Halo I actually played like from beginning to end was Reach. It's the only one I played.
Okay.
And then what was the other one? What was the one that was like Vampire Left 4 Dead? Came out recently.
The Bethesda one?
Yeah.
That's Redfall?
Was it Redfall? Total flop.
Yeah.
Total flop. They haven't had a solid first party title release on this console generation. Starfield's getting really good reviews.
Good.
I read something today and it's from a reliable, reviewer, that it's their best thing they've put out since Oblivion. Back for Blood. That's another one. That wasn't that good of a game as well. Back for Blood was not that good of a game.
Yeah.
I played the beta for it. I'm like, I'm good.
But
It's just flop
I
after flop.
think we should probably switch over to. I think we've been going for like a decade at this point.
I've been on a rant.
I know.
You know how I like to go. So anyway, Lunar: The Silver Star Story.
Yes.
Lunar. Last we left off, we were on the wonderful town of Marriott.
Marriott. All right. So first off, I'll start with this before I say anything else. I talked to a child in Marriott, and the kid was legit singing the diarrhea song that we used to sing, and I think they sang in like a baseball movie or two, like when you're sliding into first and you feel something burst, diarrhea.
Yeah,
diarrhea.
when you're sitting, on the floor and
a child was singing that.
Yeah,
in Marriott.
When you're sitting on the floor and your pants fill some more diarrhea.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So that like there's literally no suspension of disbelief in this title whatsoever.
It's a great game. It's such a good game. 1999 Adam thought that was hilarious. All right.
Yes. 2023 Travis is really getting turned off of Lunar by Marriott. I do not like this town at all.
It's not a great town. It's not.
It's not. It's like
it's not a good place to be at.
And there has been there's a lot of games obviously out there that have problematic dialogue and
very bad translations.
Bad translations and stuff. But like this is like just downright.
It's like harsh,
insulting. It's like harsh. Straight up insulting. And it's like I don't know. And I actually did look up some of the just the translation, like the differences between the Japanese version and the English version, and like this town was apparently nothing like the actual dialogue was normal RPG dialogue.
Yeah.
And then when they brought this over, Working Designs was like, hey, we don't like people in the south of the United States, so let's do this.
It's like bunch of hicks.
And like the cousin dating jokes were pretty heavy here, and
the translation has not aged well. It's very, very problematic. It really is. But we're cruising. We're cruising on through the game.
We're almost done with this place.
So we have to go find our party though.
Yeah, we go across the bridge, which takes us to the other side of Marriott, because this place is kind of like a floating city that just bridges like the two continents, I suppose. But the bridge collapses, we fall in, and the party kind of disperses, and we just have to go get everybody. Lots of hitting on our female party characters.
Yeah, there's a lot of sexism in this game now that I'm playing it through. There really is.
Yeah, it's. I think if the other Working Designs games were as noticeable as this, like Dragon Force and
oh yes, Dragon Force Through the Fire and Flames.
Is it Mystic War? No, I can't remember the name of the other one I had. But like if they were like that bad when I was playing them as a teen, I probably would not have such fond memories of Working Designs as I do.
Yeah, no, yeah. About that.
Yeah.
So after we find everybody, Travis, we got a little bit of a fight here.
Yeah. We find out from like Kyle finds out from some folks at the bar we got to go to Damon Spire.
Oh yeah.
Which is down way south of the continent that we're on. So we have to go back through the Marriott Woods. And so gameplay wise, this is a part that I'm not too fond of. You walk down and you see Master Mel down there turned to stone, which we all saw him get turned to stone back in Maribia,
Maribia. There you go.
and
You got there.
yeah, thanks.
I'm proud of
I
you.
try. um, and turns everybody to stone. So obviously we find out that he's not actually Master Mel.
No, he's Plaster Mel.
Plaster Mel. And the only character that's able to fight him is Kyle because he breaks out because he's really angry or possibly drunk. Yes, and he wants to save Jessica because Jessica is the love of his life.
Yeah, and it's a pretty easy fight.
It's an easy fight if you know what's coming up. Not so much of an easy fight when you walk into it and you're expecting to fight what's obviously going to be a boss battle with the whole party. Turns out, no, you only get to fight it with Kyle.
No, you need a lot of healing items.
Yes, and I had approximately 0 items at all on Kyle.
That is one of my main gripes from day one with this game is the inventory system kind of sucks.
Yep. Yeah. And I love Earthbound. I hate that inventory system. I think this is like
it's worse.
Easily the worst that I've played.
And I mean, it's not too far off from like Suikoden's.
Yeah, Suikoden's is not great either.
But yeah, no.
But yeah, this is it's not great. So this is my first actual death in the game.
That's because you were cheating.
Well, I haven't been cheating for like an episode and a half now. But even before I started cheating, I didn't die. I just wanted to save some time. But yeah, I definitely got whomped by this dude a little bit. Came back with full health, full MP. Didn't need a single healing item, of course, after all that.
Yeah.
He with his self power up
and power slash.
His power slash, he is just
it's a very easy
doing fight. Almost 300 a shot.
It's a very very and Kyle's very 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 glass cannony.
Yes. And he it's basically sword dance 2.
Yeah. it really is. I mean,
so
those are the 2 bread and butter moves right there. Sword dance and power slash. That's really about it.
Nash is starting to suck though.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is very useless right now.
He's a bum.
He is.
He really is.
He's a jerk. But and it's funny, we beat Plaster Mel.
Mm-hmm.
Null says we have to find our way out of this forest, which is like directly south of where we are.
Yeah, yeah. I have a feeling that's a translation issue thing. Yeah, no, I mean, Plaster Mel is probably one of the easier boss fights in the game, to be honest.
Yeah.
Especially if you know what you're doing.
Yep.
But now we're on a Daemon Spire.
Yes, Daemon Spire. Daemon Spire is interesting.
It is. I mean, the first level is really easy.
Mm-hmm.
You just kind of step on the red tiles.
Yeah.
And the door will open with the stairs.
Yeah.
And then you got some questions.
Yeah, it's kind of like sort of puzzly. But you'll always get through it just by choosing the correct option after you choose the incorrect option.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like, it's not nothing really that bad. I think you might get into a fight if you get it wrong sometimes, but it's not very difficult.
If you let Mia answer the question, she answers it right 100% of the time.
Okay, that's good to know. Not that I'm ever going to play this again, but
yeah, until we remaster the podcast.
Yeah.
And then there's
in 12 years.
Yeah, sure.
The one thing I did notice about this area is that you kind of get the feeling that the characters are supposed to kind of express like compassion as they're working their way through there, because they kind of are like, that's what the guy, I forget his name, but the guy, I guess Damon, I guess it's Damon that you're talking to.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to get you guys to be more understanding, to be more compassionate, and then like everybody still ends up being a complete jerk to each other besides like Alex and Mia.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is like the the quintessential character growth plot point, and
Yeah.
it just falls hard. It really does.
Totally flat. Totally flat.
So we go into the next level, and there's enemies here
Yeah.
with the mummies that you can only hurt by Nash or magic. It's
Yeah.
another pretty easy level, though. This one, if you let Nash answer the question, he answers it right. And then the fourth level is you help the sick guy, Jessica.
Mhm.
That was the one to move on. Floor 5 is Alex. And that one you just go talk to Damon.
Yeah.
And then that's really about it.
Yeah, I do really appreciate all the lore that you get to read through then in this place after you get to the top.
Yeah. If you
It's
go
really cool.
through it, there is a lot of plot points that you could pick up, and a lot of stuff that's not really intended to learn through the story. Damon's Tower is a fun place, though. I spent a good 2 hours here in my initial playthrough.
Yeah, it's actually it's not bad. The enemies are decently easy once you figure them out. Because you got some that are magic only, some you got physical magic only, and some that are you actually have to beat down.
Yeah. And then
So,
after Damon's Tower, we go back to town and we get the Thieves' Crest. Congratulations, we are both thieves.
yes.
Um,
I I I do want to make mention that was it that we run into there's a pretty like a pretty big trope here that happens with Royce where like the enemy starts talking like they're about to kidnap somebody,
mhm.
and then the party just like talks it over for 10 minutes while the enemy's just like standing to the side. Like it happens in so many of those classic RPGs.
Are you guys done yet?
Please, I'm trying to do something here.
I'm just gonna
You guys
go.
shut up.
I'm just gonna go. So with the Thieves' Crest, I don't know if you've really noticed there's some chests that you can't open.
Yeah, the red ones.
Yeah, you can open them now.
Yes. I haven't started, but I will.
99% of them, I'm gonna tell you this now. 99% of them are the silver lights,
Okay.
the resurrection item.
Oh, those. Okay.
Um, they're
Yeah.
actually pretty useful if depending on your level because you can't buy them in town anywhere. So
I have a lot.
they could be useful. But you're a cheater, so
I hate you.
I
So
think
hard.
there's about 10 of those chests too, if memory serves me. There's about 10. There is one in the Cave of Trial, and there's also one in Ramus's house that I remember.
There's I think there's one at least one in every city as well.
Yeah, there is. There's one in the Sea Hag's house too.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go back and get them.
Oh,
Probably after.
I
don't
will.
know.
I will not. I'm pretty overleveled because I have no life, and I just sit there.
I did spend a good chunk of time grinding this time around because I did a non-cheating hack. Duck Station is actually really well featured, so I'm playing at like 1.25 speed, which helps me because I never know how much time I'm actually going to have to play because just
Children.
things might happen with the kids and everything. So this actually lets me play normally just a bit faster instead of having to worry about not being able to make it through a dungeon because I don't have time to grind.
I get that.
Yeah.
I think what I might do is I might because my PC when I built it doesn't have like a SD card slot on it. I might get a reader and just if we're playing something a little bit older, legally install the ROM on my Steam Deck because I own the game. But yeah, no, that way I could play it wherever I'm at.
Yeah, that works.
Because like my work office, I don't have a TV in it because if I did, I would get zero work done compared to about 50% of the work I get done. Because I'm usually playing the Switch. Like Tuesday I played Sea of Stars for 6 hours during work.
Nice.
But that's what I might do in that sort of situation.
Okay.
But on to the next village of Islud. Which is over by...
Islud.
Yeah, that's the next village we go to.
Is that
It's a name of it. They never really talked about it.
is that the Inventors Village?
Yes.
That's they said that. I think they were called it Iruk.
Maybe.
IRUK.
I could be wrong.
Could be. Probably are.
Let me take a look at my notes here.
Oh, but we got a at the bazaar. When we talked to the one thief dude, we did get a balloon blueprint.
Oh, we did, yes.
Yes, it's like an airship, but not really. But
Um,
somehow they steer it later on. I don't know.
we'll figure that out.
But yeah, we have to go once we get here. We do talk to to an inventor who is gonna build a balloon for us and tells us we have to go find a fluffy bug in the field behind the town, the village.
Mhm.
This part was like not. This is also another one of those parts where it's obvious that they don't handhold you because you see the bug, you fight the bug runs away before you can do anything.
Yeah.
And so you just have to go fight pretty much everything.
Yeah, it's a grindy
until
spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get the balloon, and it's off to the Red Dragon Cave.
Red Dragon Cave, yeah.
And this is dragon number 2.
2. Yep.
Yeah. It's a pretty straightforward cave, to be honest.
Yep. It is. Great place for grinding.
Oh yeah.
Like very, very good. The enemies here drop tons of experience.
Yeah, it is a very good grinding place.
And you go up you go through 2 areas and then you go to the 3rd area, and as soon as you walk in, you get healed fully. So you can start fighting everything up there, and then you can go back, and just before the entrance or just before the door, it will heal you again. You can hit that trigger again.
Yeah.
Hit the heal and go back and do it again if you need to.
Yeah, no, it's a. I remember even playing this as a kid that I was here for a while. for a while. But no, it's a pretty straightforward cave. Lots of fighting, and then we have a boss. 2 bronze dogs.
Yeah.
Both very, very easy.
Yes, it's very easy to just like focus fire one down and just have Jessica stay on heal duty. Between using the attack power ups for Alex and Kyle, and you can make pretty short work of these dudes.
Yeah, it's sword dance, power slash, thunderbomb, and ice cane for Nash, blizzard, and ice cane for Mia, and then healing and just melee with Jessica. It's a really easy fight. To be honest with
really
you,
no strategy.
There's only one boss fight besides maybe the final boss in this game left that is not so much hard, but it can get kind of lengthy.
Okay.
Yeah. After we beat up the doggos, now we talk to the Red Dragon.
Yeah. Oh, cool thing I forgot to mention before that this is also the first area that you actually find some decent loot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You actually find you find the rainbow tiara and the flame sword.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which is nice because it's like a nice change from just finding freaking herbs and starlights everywhere.
Yeah.
Or what's the other one? The MP healing deals.
I forget what they're called.
But
I never used them. I probably should.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice to find better stuff than junk.
Yeah. No. Absolutely.
Yeah. So we meet the Red Dragon. Red Dragon is like basically half dead by the time we get there. He's speaking to us through his corporal form or ethereal form. Sorry, wrong one. And he gave us a dragon shield because we're obviously becoming the Dragon Master, so we need all the dragon gear.
Yeah. I can't wait till we get all the gear and we become the Dragon Master. It's cool. It's dope.
Nice.
It's dope. So now we got to go back to the balloon.
Yeah, but you know what? Getting out of this place sucked. I think I told you this in chat, like right when it happened, that because I was not over leveled, I did I was walking out, turned to do something else, but when I turned, I did not realize I was standing in the fire. So I turned back, and then I was immediately into a fight with no HP and just got decimated. And I had not saved since before the start of the cave.
I remember that. Yeah, great.
That was painful.
That was great. That's what you get for being a
Um,
cheater early on, Travis. Just karma.
Stop.
Just karma.
Stop. But yeah, we go. We leave and take the balloon back. We take the balloon back. We take the balloon back.
Do we take the balloon back?
No, we don't take the balloon.
Do we take the balloon back, Travis?
I don't. Is this where the thieves steal it?
It is, yes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. And then we go. We kind of hoof it back to Marriott.
Yeah.
And then we gotta go find the balloon.
Yeah, I did find that like when you if you're not using the dragon wings, that this game like
It's a
has
slog.
a really terrible encounter rate.
It does.
Like
it
like
does.
a beyond the beyond quality encounter rate.
Oh,
Maybe not that bad, but it's still like it's rough.
It is. But nowhere near Beyond the Beyond. Nowhere near it.
Yeah. Yeah. I found out that Beyond the Beyond has a literal like you have a 1/8 chance
for every tile.
Every step you take. So you could have such bad luck that you just go fight, tile, fight, tile, fight. And it's just, bad.
But now that we're back in Marriott,
yeah.
The bridge is fixed.
The bridge is fixed. Thank you, Carpenter. And then we make our way now to the Google Stadia zone.
Yeah, sure.
I forget what it is. It's Stadia's zone, I think it is. And we find the there's woods, and then right beyond the woods is the women's spring, I believe.
Yes.
Which I did not go to yet.
I believe if you go there at a certain time in the game, there's kind of like a very different cutscene.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's two possible cutscenes there.
Yeah, and I forget when that certain time is. I totally forget, but I think it's a little. It's not. There's no nudity, but it's a little bit more racy.
Okay. The only nudity I've seen so far is Kyle's censored butt.
Yeah, you see his butt cheeks hanging out.
Like,
there's a little
blur. Like pixelated butt.
Yeah. Once again, this game has not aged well for certain demographics. But
like the drunk pirate demographic.
Yeah.
It's not.
But we also find another dragon cave, Travis.
Yeah. It's in it's here in Lighton.
It is, yeah.
It's the town of Lighton. Which apparently they cannot. They're a bunch of singers. They're all singers, but they cannot currently sing because the wind isn't blowing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Is it a green dragon? Oh no, it's a blue dragon in there.
Yeah,
which is weird.
Yeah, it's a blue dragon.
Because blue dragons are usually associated with water, but this is a wind dragon.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
the
white dragon poops diamonds, and we're not talking about typical dragons here.
Well, yeah, the white dragon is the Gray Land, the Gray Cave.
Yeah, he's also normal.
I guess icy. He's icy. The white, white. Yeah, he was icy.
Yeah.
Quark.
Yeah, Quark. Yeah, he's kind of icy, but he poops diamonds. That's cool.
Yes. Man, if I could poop diamonds, that would hurt. Just saying.
But after that, we kind of just make it to the shrine.
Yeah. So we are tasked with going into the shrine and kind of restarting the wind.
Yeah.
Figuring out what's going on with that, and
eat Taco Bell and fart.
Yeah. Just goes all right out the door.
Yeah, pretty much.
But that's where I stopped.
I played a little bit more, but that's because I was just kind of in the mood. But that's it for this episode, Travis.
Yes.
Where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me on the internet at Soda X Bread on the Blue Sky app. as well as the Twitter app. I will never call it by a single letter ever.
X is gonna give it to you. Arf arf.
See, when you say arf arf, I think of knocked loose, and that just combination with X gonna give it to you is kind of weird.
Yeah, it is.
But so where else? I don't really do anything anywhere else.
Yeah, that's all right.
You can find me on Discord also at Soda X Bread.
Yeah,
They don't have numbers anymore.
I have you been getting a ton of fucking like bot friend requests?
I don't know. I don't even check my friend requests. Nobody wants to
I
request
get
my friendship. So
I've been getting like 1 to 2 a day, and they're either obvious bots or they have Russian names.
Are they
like,
hot?
No, they're dudes.
Yeah. No. They want to steal your Counter-Strike boxes.
Probably. I don't have any though. But
that's why everybody wants to friend me on Steam, because they want my Counter-Strike boxes and keys.
Sell them.
But I would like to
put them on the marketplace. Yeah. People buy that shit all the time.
Oh, I know.
You could find me on pretty much anything at It's Xcore, Blue Sky xcore.bsky.social, Instagram It's Xcore. I occasionally post gym stuff there, and then TikTok at It's Xcore. I occasionally post gym stuff there. Travis, where can we find the podcast on the internet?
Pretty much everywhere you want to be, like American Express. It's at SiteScope Pod, SIGHTSCOPEPOD. Mind you, that is not the Christian hardcore / rock band.
Were they ever really hardcore though?
Before they got popular, yeah. So like before, like Youth of the Nation,
okay,
they were definitely more on the hardcore side of things. Kind of like the same, in the same vein that like Sugar Ray was also a little hardcore before Fly.
Yeah, Sugar Ray was straight fucking hardcore before
like
Fly.
Like if you listen to like what's the song, Remote Control?
Yeah.
Like 10 Seconds Down, like that was actually a pretty freaking hard song. They're more still along the little softer, maybe more like easycore, kind of. But anywho, I could talk about this all day. Let's start another podcast. But yes, so we're on Blue Sky, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on Spotify, we're on YouTube,
we're on Spotify now.
On TikTok. Yes, we got finally today. I was finally able to get a customer service rep that was like, "All right, give me your feed. Got your other information. Give me your feed." And I was like, "Here's the feed." And he goes, "All right, I found some stuff. I cleaned it up. Try to republish it." I tried to republish it. 20 to 30 minutes later, boom, on the Spotify.
Yeah.
Spotify finally.
Fucking nerd.
Tick tick, torque, track.
The clock app.
The Clork app. We're on there. I like to mispronounce words sometimes, and I think
that's really about it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
But yeah, if you're watching this on the YouTube, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It helps people find us a little bit more, and we promise actual content is coming besides the podcast and the meme shorts. I promise.
I am trying. I am slow. I'm very slow to get some of that stuff together, just because I'm also very much so a perfectionist, and I hate everything I do. But I will like something soon. Probably gonna start like Let's Playing Evergrace.
I quit.
No, I will never play that game again, ever.
I quit.
I will never play old From Software PS2 games that it launched with. Again.
Speaking of FromSoft, I'm also playing fucking Armored Core 6, and that game is hard as shit. I played that game for 3 hours, and I still haven't beaten the first boss.
Sounds like the first time I ever played Eternal Reign.
It is so fucking hard, but I love it. But anyway,
you deserve it.
Yeah, that's gonna be it for the podcast, guys. We'll see you next episode.
Go listen to Mill & Colin.
Yeah, No Cigar, that whole album, really good. Deuces.
Brandon, I am. Go. Bye. Sweet. Where are my things? So the second time I started Craig, he did not.